We'll start off with Christian Winfield from the New York Daily News.
Hey, Joe. You guys were up 23 in the third. They cut it down to 8, and then you guys go on an 8-0 run. And then they cut it back down to 10 in the fourth quarter, and then you guys kind of just blow it wide open. Can you just and also the same thing happened in San Antonio yesterday, right? Well, 2 days ago, right? The Spurs go on a run late to close the fourth quarter, and then you guys kind of blow it open in overtime and that game. Can you talk about the way that you guys have started to respond to adversity at this point in the season versus the way you guys may have responded to adversity earlier in the season?
Yeah, I think it just shows the maturity of the group. I mean, we realize that, teams are going to make runs at given points over the course of the game, and in particular late in games too. They kind of got it going there shooting wise. They started making some shots, hitting some tough contested threes, finishing at the rim, getting some fouls. But we just kind of stayed resilient, honestly, and a lot of that falls on the guys that are at the top. You got Steve, James, Kai, DJ, Jeff Green. Like, everybody's so even keeled that when teams do make those runs, they're relaying the information back to the team, talking about just withstanding it, staying with it, and we've been able to kind of hold off some of the momentum and the pushes from the Spurs the other night and then the Rockets tonight.
Alex Schiffer with The Athletic.
Hey, Joe, I'm just curious what you've thought of Nick's recent play. I want to say one of the only guys on the roster that was able to play with him last year, and he's only played 20 games in 20 months or so. I mean, is he still a rookie in your eyes in some ways, or is he kind of showing you enough to where he doesn't have that mantra anymore?
Yeah, I mean, definitely not a rookie anymore. But I mean, it's not like we make the rookies really do anything anyways. Clax probably could have got by all last year. He would have never realized that he was a rookie. But he's played really well for us. He's been huge coming back. I think for him, a lot of it was just trying to get healthy, get your body right, because it's tough. We were sitting out that long. He's missed, a majority of his NBA career, and he's really just trying to itching to play, get out and compete. And, for him to come out, just be able to compete on a nightly basis, that's huge for him. But he's shown a lot, in terms of playing off of guys, competing, being in the right spots, and giving us a lift off the bench.
Brian Lewis with the New York Post.
Hey, Joe. James was saying earlier that he was, he credited some of his early turnovers to just being so fired up and trying to do too much while he was out there. One, could you sense as he was settling into the game, and could you tell how much this game meant to him to come back here and play in Houston? Yeah,
I mean, anytime that you have given so much to a city, been a part of it, this is a fabric of his DNA as a basketball player. Majority of his career has been spent here, and it obviously means a lot to him. But with James, the same thing. You would never know coming into it. I mean, he's still same pregame sort of ritual preparation. He was locked in, focused from the start. And to be honest, I didn't even really notice any sort of jitters, anything like that. But you could definitely tell that he wanted this one.
Tom Dowd with BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Joe, heading into the All-Star break, after the game, did Steve have any kind of messaging just in terms of, wrapping up this first half of the season and where you guys stand now and looking forward to the second half?
Yeah, I think, he talked about it a little bit there right after the game, just about how much we had improved, in particular these last, 10, 11 games. And, we were really starting to kind of come together. We obviously are looking forward to having Kevin back, getting a lot of their other roster healthy. We have guys that are banged up right now. So the break will be huge, just to get guys healthy, and then hopefully we can continue this momentum in the second half.
David Chinalata with La Gazzetta dello Sport.
Hey, Joe, along the same lines, what do you think, what stood out to you as, the best thing you guys did in this first part of the season?
I think us just sort of collectively starting to gel together. There's been a lot of stuff early on was just, I wouldn't say chemistry issues or anything like that. I think it's just hard when you bring guys in that you're unfamiliar playing with, and we don't have a lot of practice time. So we're really trying to learn on the fly through the games, and we're really starting to gel now. And a lot of that was just, sort of patience and taking time, at the junctions in the season, which we picked up new guys. So we're starting to come into it now. We've still been battling injuries, different COVID protocols, like much of the rest of the league, but we're starting to find our rhythm a little bit.
Matt Brooks with Nets Daily.
Hey, Joe, for you personally, what's the thing that you are looking at with this little bit of break of time that you want to improve upon the most for you just over this little break? And second off, what are you doing for the break? Do you have anything fun planned?
I'm just going to be chilling over the break, to be honest with you. I mean, it's been like an insane year up to this point, and the second half is just as crazy in terms of the rigor of the schedule. So I'm capitalizing on getting some rest, enjoying some time with my loved ones, and that's it.
Last question, Bruce Beck with NBC New York.
Joe, how would you describe the camaraderie of this group now that the first half is complete?
I think, I touched on it earlier just about how it's one of those things where we just didn't have a ton of time, together early on. It wasn't like James and a lot of the guys that are on the roster were here at the beginning of the season. There's been a lot of shakeup over the course of the season, but we're starting to get to a point where, things are getting solidified. And you're starting to see it though on the court as well, where, guys are picking up for one another offensively, defensively, feeding off one another, feeling each other in terms of rhythm and, predetermining what's going on. And a lot of that is just, the continuity, just getting used to playing with one another. And you're starting to see that now. And hopefully we can continue, even getting even better at it, because in the grand scheme of things, we really even haven't spent that much time together.
Thanks so much, Joe. We appreciate it.
Thank you.